again, I think that's also being professional and knowing that this therapist is coming up to me, hoping to talk to me without the deaf person knowing, when I want the deaf person to know that the therapist is talking to me. So I would probably also call the agency and not work with this person again, and then tell them why, and that they want, I don't know necessarily if they want to know more information about the deaf person or if they want to talk to me on a more personal level. I don't know. But I would just say that they wanted to talk to me. I said no. We go from there. A few weeks later, the deaf person is scheduled to join an ongoing group therapy session. And you have been asked to interpret. You have been told that the group consists of the therapist plus approximately 12 men undergoing court-ordered treatment for sexual abuse of children. Yep. I'm screaming in my head right now. The group has been in session for a few months, and it is common for new people to join the group as others leave it. You have arranged for a colleague to interpret with you, since you suspect that this will be more demanding than the one-on-one. Okay, good. I want a colleague. About 30 minutes before the session is to begin, you receive a page from your colleague saying she has been involved in a car accident and has only suffered minor injuries, but has been taken to the hospital for x-rays as a precautionary measure. Oh God. Thus, she will be unable to interpret the group counseling session. She has placed a call to the referral agency, but they have not been able to locate a replacement. You too contact the agency and confirm that there's no one available on such short notice. Holy cow. Not only is this going to be a ton of information on me, it's also a really touchy subject. I guess I have to really stay. I mean, I can't just like leave. Crap. But since I am in an agency, I know that it's not really my place to contact another interpreter. This is going to be really, really tough to do, especially to do alone. And I guess since it's just really one deaf person, I would have to really use my space really well. And maybe maybe the deaf person has some dynamic with the group already that I could get filled in on. And then there's also the new pressure of new people coming in and others leaving. So maybe there's some unseen emotion behind people leaving and people coming and entering the group. And I guess if there's no one available, then I'm just going to have to stick it out and hope for the best. And really stretch and really get my head together and think and try and mentally prepare myself for what this group is going to talk about, especially me being sent, white woman being sent into a room full of 12 men who sexually abused children. How am I going to remove myself from whatever is going to be said or whatever is going to happen in there, that I can be able to walk out of that room and be fine with my day? Whether or not the therapist wants to proceed or not, tells you this is a crucial juncture in the deaf person's therapeutic program. And it must go on the schedule. In this session, you struggle a few times, particularly at some of the graphic fantasies inspired by a couple of members of the group. Nevertheless, you leave the session feeling that under the circumstances, the deaf person was not disadvantaged, and apart from your own uneasiness at working the session alone, you feel the session was generally quite successful. Okay, good, successful session, which was what I was hoping for. Even though there were some scary moments, and I was alone. However, you begin to realize that this ongoing assignment is beginning to affect you emotionally. It's starting to affect me. I'm definitely not looking forward to the next group session next week, especially after the graphic descriptions you interpreted this week. Well, now that it's affecting me emotionally, it's definitely affecting my professionalism in number 2, and allowing me to render this message faithfully, knowing that in the back of my head I am feeling emotion, and feeling emotion outside of these meetings that's affecting me. I would probably contact my agency and tell them that this is really tough, and I'm not really sure about how agencies work when you feel too emotionally strong with a certain job. So that would be my question, is if you contacted the agency and said, I can't do it, it's too emotional, and I can't seem to leave behind this uneasiness that I get even after the job. Does the agency recognize that as a legit, I don't want to say excuse, but as a, I guess, legit excuse to, blacklist you, I guess, from that area and that meeting, and then they're going to put someone else in there, and maybe they'll say this, they'll feel inclined to tell them that this is really emotional and blah blah blah, you will, not blah blah blah, that sounded bad. When they send someone else in, that you have to tell them about the emotions get high, and there's really sexually explicit things, so if you're not comfortable with it, then what do we do? And I'm definitely not looking forward to it next week. So, do I go to it next week, or do I contact my agency now, or do I call off, or do I would probably, after this week, I would probably send in to never do that job again. And hopefully they could find someone to replace me that would know how to deal with these things. Someone more emotionally